does not sign the agreement, they are going to turn the people against her and call for her resignation. So Adani has a very bad reputation in all the countries it operates in. And the opposition minister was saying these precedents of Adani's reputation across the world will come to bite India's foreign policy. And it will turn this nation's citizens against Indians who are operating and working in these countries. And so, because of this reason, they don't want Adani to continue with the JKIA deal in Kenya, and they want to stop it in India. So, this is what this MP was saying in the Indian Congress. And I've seen Tony Gashoka say that they will try to take the petition up to the Indian Congress and try and stop it from there. So, which is a very good thing that they are doing. So this expose has really exposed Adani in the right way. And even if they proceed with this deal, they will have to make sure that the terms are not as bad as they were. But I don't think they will continue with this deal as it is. So another thing I wanted to point out is that so if you look at this deal, I broke it down into three. So the legal part of it, which is no public participation, their integrity level is very poor. In the PPP Act of 2021 says that a company that is being contracted should not have a case in the last 5 years. Adani has so many cases. And also in the PPP Act, the default procurement method is competitive bidding. And if you don't do competitive bidding, you have to justify the other method that you have used. They have no justification. Their only justification is one that is being used to traffic heroin. And in 2022, there was the biggest heroin consignment ever in the world that was seized at Mundra Port. And people were saying that it has been ongoing for a very long time. So if you look at the operations of Adani in India, like for example now this drug trafficking racket in Mundra Port, this is exactly the same thing they're going to replicate in Kenya. And when you're doing business in any organization, when you're doing business, the business reputation is very important. But Adani lacks integrity. Its business reputation is, it doesn't even have a business reputation. It's a negative business reputation. I was even telling someone that if Adani takes over JKIA, by extension, JKIA will take over the reputation of Adani. And our international image will suddenly change. We have our competitors like Kigali and Bole International Airport, which are coming up very well. And if we have taken a company with such high questionable integrity, then it means the international community might end up going to Kigali and to Addis because the company that we have contracted is a company that does drug trafficking, organ trafficking, money laundering, name it, all the bad things you can ever name in this world. They have accounts in tax havens like Seychelles, the UAE, and they do this kind of businesses because those accounts you can never really touch them. So this in extension will become our image to the world. The image of Adani right now will become the image of Kenya to the world. So this deal has to be stopped. And I just wanted to say that I am not cowed, even if they threaten my life. I know right now that my life may be in danger because of exposing all this. I have received information also that people like Jayesh are so angry at me because I exposed them and their entire families. And I just want to say that we are not exposing these people just because we are not going to Jaesh and exposing their families. Hatutaki expose families. For what reason? We don't even care about them. But since they have decided to involve themselves in stealing and corruption in the country, that's why we are exposing them. The teachers are crying, the policemen are crying, people are dying in those hospitals. If you don't go to Nairobi West Hospital, if you don't go to Bliss, or if you don't go to any of their clinics, you're not admitted for more than 3 days. I have been called and DM'd by people even in government who are saying that this Jayesh guy, we don't want him because even the policemen, teachers, it's affecting everyone irrespective of their political divide. Some people are sending me DMs telling me how their people have died, some people have been amputated, even some people have their uteruses removed because of bad surgical operations. So these people, they must go. And this is the only reason we are exposing them. We don't have any personal vendetta against them. And for them to go after me using the DCI is so wrong, but it will not make me to be cowed. It will not make me to be intimidated. We will continue to expose them until what Americs has said, until they come and they tell us, okay, we know we have done wrong and we want to make our wrongs right. We want to govern the country in a proper way. That's the only time we will stop. And you can even see that our parliament is not helping us because Aaron Cheruyot, the majority leader in the Senate, is deeply involved in the Adani deal. Him and the chairman of Kenya National Hospital, KNH, the chairman of KNH is a Muhindi, I've forgotten his name. He was always going to pick Aaron Cheriot at the airport. You wonder a whole chairman going to pick a senator from the airport, going all the way from KNH. Why? So these people, it's just a racket. We cannot even rely on parliament anymore. Senator Onyonka has been crying day and night here, and Aaron Cheriot, they're all quiet. Why? Because they know they are beneficiaries of this deal. They keep shouting. Today I saw Kimani Ichung'wah saying, oh, he's going to continue to expose state capture. This is all bullshit. How is he going to expose state capture and they're in it? They're deeply in it. Uh, so parliament needs to be dissolved as soon as possible, and we need to continue to push until this deal just, crumbles, Amerix.
Yeah. So there are some bloggers who reported you at the French embassy.
Oh yeah, there is, yes. There is some Indian bloggers. First of all, when the very first time I exposed this deal, the very next day, Adani Group paid some bloggers from India. Some bloggers who have sizable following from India to attack me. They attacked my classmates. They exposed their personal information on X of my classmates. They also threatened that they're going to come after me in France. And yesterday and the day before yesterday, they also did the same. They attacked me on X. They are saying that I am attacking Indians, which I am not doing. I am not a racist of Indians. I don't have any problem with Indians. I have many Indian friends who are my classmates as well. But they have threatened to take me to the police in France. And I do not take these threats lightly because this account that was threatening me seems to be in Europe. And also they threatened to take action basically in France. And you don't know what these people can do. Adani has bought Haifa port in in Israel. They own the Haifa port in Israel. So you can see the kind of connections and network they have around the world. They are a mafia, so you cannot take their threats lightly. Locally in Kenya, Jayesh, I think he paid some bloggers to attack me on Friday, and also that night they were attacking me. They were tagging my school. They were tagging my former employer, uh, obviously with a lot of lies. Yeah, so there has been a lot of threats, and this is why I feel like my life is in danger because now they have gone to the DCI. Obviously, I'm not in Kenya, but they're trying to go after things that are linked to me. And also in Europe, they're threatening to come after me in any way possible.
Okay, so hold on. You come and tell us what's the way forward. But if you're a Kenyan and you're listening, the solution to our country is just one: to dissolve the parliament. Nothing else. Now, I know right now people are psychologically tired, but the solution to our country is that one. The people, the gatekeepers of our politics are those politicians. So there is no way they are going to allow you to beat them at their own game. They can't. So solution ni moja. Ile siku kitu itatutrigger as a Kenyans, tuingie kwa barabara, tuingie parliament, tukae na tusitoke. That is the day this country will change. Lakini hizi vitu tunafanya hizi tunaenda wapi nini tunafanya tutafanya 2027 itafika, politicians watakuja na pesa yao, and you know they have the monopoly of violence, the monopoly of the police, they have all the money, they have stolen enough money. Watamwaga watu wa village huku na utasikia watu wa village wanaanza kuimba, wanarudisha to the same politicians. Si tumekaa hii Kenya sana, tunajua the way Kenya behave. Hakuna, tutaumia tu, tutakuwa tu kwa maspeze, tunalia, tuna complain, tuna tweet, tuna post. Tunarudi tu hapa. Right now wame regroup. Na hakuna kitu mbaya kama politicians ku regroup against the citizens. Because kitu ya kwanza watafanya ni kumutilate hiyo katiba. Siku moja tu mtu kitatokea tu huko KMP. Hata mkijui kimetokea wapi. Kimtu tu hata mjai kisikia. Kitatokea tu huko kianza kusikia tu. Now, you know, Gen Z wamedemonstrate, economy yetu imesimama. Sasa, we have, the president has not done well. We now propose the president can go for 7 year, one term of 7 years. So we want to change that constitution so that the president can have enough time, even if we have demonstrations. Now utasikia tu wajinga, hiyo ni poa. These guys are going to mutilate the constitution piece by piece. Wameanza na hiyo demonstration so that you don't demonstrate wakifanya kitu mbaya. Kidogo utasikia kitu hapa, to change term limits za presidency, tuongeze governors, tuongeze regions. You know, some counties are very big. So we want this service to come closer to the people. So tunataka nyinyi wa
Nalilia mama, nalilia baba, nalilia kaka, nalilia dada. Hey yawa, hey yawa, hey yawa, hey yawa. When a young blood bleeds, when a young blood bleeds by the bullet, in your silence, there goes the lineage cut off from you. When a young blood bleeds by the endless strokes in your silence, there goes the blue uniform walk scot-free. When a young blood bleeds till the trenches are filled in your silence, there goes a torn family quenched in the stench that is wrath. There goes a ticking bomb waiting to explode. Here comes a generation ready for justice in your silence.
Edgar, can you hear her?
Who's questioning herself for being alive. Gone is a sister to a brother who's ready to gather up an army and go to war. Gone
No, I can't
is
hear
a
her.
human
I think
on
we've
a
lost her.
quintet. They lost me.
No, she's back. She's back.
Gone.
Gone is a citizen to a nation who's ready to put despotism in its place. Gone is a human on acquaintance who's ready to pull that trigger on a shoot to kill command. So when a young blood bleeds, when a young blood bleeds, my own kaka, my own bleeds. Let your hearts be so disturbed until your pain equates to the pain of a robbery. Let your souls be so perturbed until your heart's cries appease the spirit's throb. Let your cries be so loud until justice is found. Because when a young blood bleeds, when a young blood bleeds, unjustly, and you feel angry as should, and you take action as should, and you take and speak to justice as should, only then shall a nation rise to defeat this unlawful system. Only then shall their deaths be our resurrection.
All right. Thank